So as we take our half-time break, we'll just catch up on the other scores across the other sheets. So it's Puerto Rico 0, India 12, Switzerland 11, Germany 3. A little closer on sheet C, where it's Poland 3, Ireland 2. Our game is Japan 2, Denmark 3. Nigeria 1, Italy 4, and Romania, Hong Kong, China tied up at 2 each on sheet F. You are joining us back live here in Aberdeen at the 2024 World Mixed Curling Championship. Our match today is between Denmark and Japan. Denmark have just gone back into the lead as we start the fifth end, start of the second half. Not much between these two teams. We've had some fantastic shots, a couple of loose ones as well, but all to play for. My name's Alan Chalmers. Alongside me is Rona. Howie. It's a lot more stones in play in that fourth end, Rona.
Yeah, it was a really well played end by both sides. A great steal by Denmark, especially in the end before they had that free draw for 2 and didn't make it, so that's them got their point back now. So
yeah, we saw a lot more stones in play. The forfeit was cluttered, and it was Japan that really got it going. They didn't have the hammer, but they elected to put one in pretty early. Came back to bite them a little. However, that's maybe the way they'd like to play. They were the team with the better record this week, so who am I to criticise? They are on 4 wins and 1 defeat after 5 games. Denmark only 2 wins. Japan will be going forward into the playoff rounds, no matter the score in this game. So maybe they're just trying out some more attacking tactics as they begin to play better and better teams as the weekend approaches.
Tokoyoda, really good draw weight this game. You can see there, top 4 just perfectly placed. So Denmark can't see the whole stone, so just playing a more controlled hack weight to try and remove it. Plenty rotation. Oh dear.
Yeah, so just catches his own guard, spills out. Quite a lot of room there, and I thought they might have taken the game on a little there. They tried to play that freeze game. To defend against Japan, maybe he's getting the bigger end, the multiple end as we call it. When the game was very open in the first 3 ends, it was definitely Japan that were playing the better. Denmark got the better of, called Scotland a guddle game.
Yeah, so interesting. Japan are just putting up the guard on this when they've got last stone here. But the guard's over curling, and now, okay, they've put up a corner. That could be useful. But now then Denmark can hit and lie too. So a strange call there from Japan.
Let's see the funny side of it. Signe SCHACK playing number 2 for the Danish team, plays out of the Gentofte club in Copenhagen. Of course, all countries have different ways of getting teams to this event. Some will have championships, some will be selected, some will be the only options really, and some of them will be smaller nations. So it's a different challenge. The Denmark team was put together relatively late in the build up to this championship, so don't really know each other terribly well. Other teams are more fully formed units.
Danish side all young and part of the performance programme. As we see an error there from Japan. So Denmark line 2, they can now guard this.
Yeah, big miss there. Yellow is really advantageous for Denmark. Not moving it at all. So Signe hoping to cover this one up. A little bit of pressure through the middle of the end here on Japan.
Signe's a psychology student. That'll be very helpful for the team during a championship. Just over curled a fraction, but it's okay. It's in the way.
But we've played in teams running that need a psychiatrist, not a psychologist.
Talk about yourself, why don't you? So that guard's quite long. Japan could come round and just play a tap back on the shot stone, but choosing to open up the centre.
Yeah, redeem his mistake from the first stone of this end. Can he clear this? Ooh. Thought he touched that red guard on the way through. Comes through the gap.
Yeah, so Denmark, they'll be quite happy just to replace that guard. William, just 19 years of age. Great opportunity to get on the world stage.
Yeah, great chance, like I said, to learn the ways of international competition.
And that's a perfect guard. Really well played.
Hinako HASE. His third stone, skips the match, but throws third. Just the difference there, didn't quite have the strike right there, so gets rid of the guard, but doesn't run her own one away. It's getting mighty congested out front now for Japan.
So Denmark put up another guard. Don't want to leave this too long because Japan could run the red back. And the sweeper standing off this. And sweeping for line, going to bring it right in. Wow.
I expect the call was just a guard, but they've thrown it in top 4.
So now that allows Japan to get into the house. The guard anywhere out front, you were making Japan play a harder shot. Now they can actually see the shot stone.
Yeah, they can come in and chase this. The yellow mostly open. HASEGAWA could get in behind their own red corner guard. That would be a nice shot. Hold this for line now. Is this one gone?
Yeah, it was tight of line from the word go. Yeah, the sweepers couldn't hold it.
This has not been a great end so far for Japan. Begin to feel the strain a little this end.
And when Denmark made that error by coming right in, Japan had to make that shot. You know, when there is an error made, you have to capitalise. You can see how much ice Jensen's taking for her guard into the 12 foot to cross the centre line. So a nice swing on this ice here in Aberdeen. Mark Callan and his team certainly put on a good show for ice. Nice weight, nice curl.
Karolina Jensen, the surprising fact there is maybe she's curled for only 10 years. I think she was probably brought up in the ice rink. Mother and aunt and grandparents all curl.
The line's looking great here. Oh, great shot.
Yeah, perfect guard there. Does show the outside yellow corner, which would help Japan. Elected to come through the gap with bump weights. High degree of difficulty for Japan to get through this gap and hold the red.
This is a tough shot here. They could play the double on the other side and just get that yellow away from the top of the 4 foot, open things up.
Yeah, I think that's not necessarily an easier call, but certainly a better call.
Yeah, changed his mind from the hack. So often we see this when you get down to the hack and you actually see the situation from the hack end. You think, nah, this looks easier.
So yeah, so I think should be able to get the double, may be able to keep the red in play as well. So HASEGAWA Shun.
Yeah, looking good. Very nice.
So the first yellow goes, the second one goes deep enough to line. So yellow lie 1 and 3, Denmark lie 1 and 3. I think that was as good as he could have done then, actually.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great result. It opens up that whole scoring zone now when Japan have got last stone. So Denmark lie 1. They have to decide, do they want to hit that red and lie 3? I would like them to draw another one right into the 4 foot behind the cover.
Yeah, I think they have room, don't they? The stones aren't terribly threatening. So if you were to make the hit on the left-hand one, Japan would have an awful lot of room to score their point. You'd still have to make it. Whereas this way, I think you can just crank it up a little.
Absolutely. If they can come in here buried behind that cover, lie to, Japan are going to have to make a good drop. So again, a lot of rotation on this stone.
Yeah, really spun that one out to try and get some momentum forward.
The line's looking great. It's up to the sweepers now. Get it in as far as you can. Oh, just came up short. And you can see there with the big draw at the end, it really takes the weight off coming in.
Yeah, so they do like two. I mean, not too threatening. You see, trying to come through that narrow port. Maybe they just couldn't put the sweepers on it so quickly. You know, there's maybe more room to come around the other side on a bigger port. Maybe they get one sweeper going at it hard.
That puts the pressure on, and it's only going to be for one for Japan, so Denmark be quite happy forcing the one.
Last stone, fifth end, facing two counters. Japan need to score, or would like to score. Coming on the out-turn path, there's a red guard. They need to come inside and then hope the stone doesn't begin to over-curl on them. Shows a difficult hand to play the stone on.
Oh, feather the guard. That's got enough just to roll in.
They're a little bit lucky, but they make their shot. That was a tough line to play on that hand. There was more room on the in-turn. However, they made it. They score the one. They tie up the game. It's 3-all, and we have 3 to play. End 5 is back underway. It's Tokoyoda Chihiro who gets us going. Japan got a little bit of a fortunate break with their last stone. Just flicked a guard on the way in as they were drawing for a point and still continued in. So they did tie up the match. And that looks like a really good centre guard to get us going. So we shall see how Denmark respond. 3 ends to go. 8-end game in mixed curling. Unless there's an extra, but we're thinking that it's an 8-end game. Potentially Denmark with two hammers out of the 3 would be probably the favourites at this stage, but hard to read. Both teams pretty well matched here this afternoon.
Yeah, both teams have created chances, just struggling to finish them off. So at this stage in the game, the latter ends, this is where you really want to step up a gear. And it's important for Denmark to score here. As you say, there's only 3 ends left. So if they can score here, they have got the 2 hammers to Japan's 1. Christian just wide with the draw, allows Japan to make a play here. Oh no, they've caught their own centre guard. Oh dear.
Yeah, that's quite a big mistake there, just trying to come round that guard. Caught their own centre guard, which is in such a nice position as well.
Yeah, did all that work, were the first to get it there and then took it off. So Denmark can just split the rings here. They don't need to do anything too clever. Just keep things open. Put one out in that right hand wing.
Yeah, just take it easy for the first couple of stones through this end. Just try and keep maximum separation. Japan just come a little bit off the boil in terms of their accuracy at hits, which were really good in the first few ends. It was Denmark that were struggling, but that's what turned round.
Yeah, well played.
Very good footballer in his youth. Christian Karger played for the national team at under 15 for Denmark. Then he's moved into Ironman training, much like myself.
In your dreams. You stick to Karolina.
Yes, I think so. I think so.
So just a nose hit from Japan. Denmark will try and hit this and roll back over towards that corner guard. Try and keep that separation. Signe SCHACK, she's had a strong game today. And that's very nice.
Yeah, very good there. Got right contacts. Those yellows are flat. They will not be able to be lifted in one. So Denmark just manoeuvring themselves into quite a strong position this end. Looking to use their own guard. Use the sweeper to hold that. Very difficult to lie the shot there. Didn't really change the position out.
Yeah, so Denmark lie one, just draw another one round the guard. So you say rolling here, you weren't going to lie shot. And right now Denmark, they're quite happy to be coming round this corner guard as long as they're top tee.
Yeah, I didn't really see the Japanese call, but if you're going to hit on that one, I think you'd always want to try and bring
roll
it
over
back
to the other shot.
Keep the stones back closer together again. Short-siding yourself, and to me, the natural eye there, they played on the wrong hand as well. Made it even harder. But just like that, Denmark have made their own mistake. Oh no, it's just gone through.
So now Japan can lie two.
Yeah, just pressure valve released. I'd like to try and keep this one in play as well. Turn it around line two. See what Denmark do there. Might still like to use their corner guard with the hammer. However, that was a big mistake.
Yeah, 1 minute Denmark were trying to lie two, all of a sudden they're going to be facing two. But the good thing is the house is still wide open. scoring areas available for Denmark. So 4 foot right now.
Yeah, so quite a quick turnaround there from Danish strength to Japanese strength.
So Denmark would love to get the roll right across here, to be in the 8 foot and be behind that corner guard. That would be a great result.
A perfect result. So Liam, he was throwing them a little hot earlier on in the game as he cooled down a little.
Oh, let's take it over.
Great attempt, wasn't it?
Great effort. Great effort. You can see here, had to just catch a fraction less.
Yeah, high up on the house, difficult to get that right, isn't it? You sometimes just run those through, and he was always going to be behind the tee, I guess, as well. Pretty good effort. So back live, Japan playing.
Japan don't want to roll to the left here and be back tee and leave a nest. Yeah, well played. Perfect. So can Denmark get the wee roll in behind?
Yeah, so you see they're going the other way. They're playing the out turn at it. Come across the face of the stone. Japan, I guess, maybe because she's left-handed and likes that stone more. Goldbeck just wants a quiet roll off this one.
There wasn't a great panic for sweeping there.
No, there really wasn't.
I'm not too sure what happened.
So they played it, they got the flick off the red guard, which is still in play, straightened it out, took the shot stone and lay. As you say, nobody was screaming, maybe they'd given up on it completely. Yeah.
You can see Denmark apologising to Japan. But you get these rubs in curling. It has nicked the guard over enough to completely cover that red stone in the house now.
It's safe now, isn't it? So there's going to be a score. I sometimes wonder whether they try and blank out ends, but I think there's going to be a score. This one's really curling as well.
Well, they want to just leave that there and they could freeze it. Yeah, perfect for Denmark now.
Pretty good there for Denmark. But like you said before, it's deep enough that if Denmark do come, then Japan can lie another one. Cancel each other out. So big shot now, I think, for Denmark this end, this game.
So that looked tight of line. We saw it release on the centre line, whereas they were giving ice off the line.
Yeah, it's on this one straight away, so the weight looks good as well, so can they hold it for a line? Just that little bit of extra running maybe just saved her.
Yeah, didn't really need to be sweeping that. The weight was great and line was good in the end.
Yeah, it's all visible.
No, she didn't want them to sweep. And also as well, just playing the dead draw there, it's a good practice because she's likely to have to play the draw with her last.
Yeah, absolutely. But, I think she knew it was a little hot. So I was taking the same ice, looking for the little bump.
Oh dear. What a mistake from Japan.
Yeah, that's a big error. He let it go on the same line as Karolina's. And it never came. It just needed to nick it. Well, needed more than a nick because it was jammed on the red. But
what a turnaround. Japan could have been lying 3, forcing 1. And all of a sudden, they have a draw for 2.
Yeah, that was a moment of rash throw by ICHITSUBO. What a mistake. That's last stone off our 6th end, and Denmark have an open draw for 2, having really not been in control of this end since before halfway through it. However, strange things happen. Super seem relaxed about this one, and the stone comes into play perfectly, and it's Denmark who do grab the 2. 6 ends now played, 2 to go. They have a 2-point gap, 5-3. It's Denmark who get us going here in Aberdeen. The World Mixed Curling Championships 2024. Christian Karger will lead us off. Denmark have a 2-point advantage with 2 ends to play. And probably can't quite believe their luck. Complete miss by the Japanese skip and an easy draw for 2.
Yeah, so now Denmark, they don't need guards out front. They would love to force Japan to take their 1 here and then be 1 up with a hammer coming home.
Hopefully we'll see some corner guards thrown up by Team Japan. Start to swing things round.
So that guard is in the free guard zone. Denmark can't make a play on it. So they just need to bring another one into the house.
I think Japan's a little bit shell shot by that last one. Really just came from nowhere. Just such an easy shot. overthrew a strike, never came. Presented Denmark at the 2. Of course, then what happens next, of course, is that Christian Karger throws his best 2 shots of the match. At least Denmark lined pretty nicely so early in this end.
Yeah, so Japan just want to remove that one top 12. It's blocking the way to 4 foot and try and get the roll behind their corner guard they've put up. And this one's over curling.
Yeah, trying to hold this one. Get any contact on the yellow. Well swept.
Very well swept.
Yeah, just pops out a little, but looked like it could have overcurled more than that and been away, but they held it. Well done.
Yes, a chance for Denmark to play the hit and roll back over towards the centre. And that one was thrown out at release and a lot of rotation. It's not coming back. Catches the wrong side of it, but makes the red go away.
Yeah, just keeping it quite simple.
Yeah, so Japan's still trying to work out how to generate more than one at this end. So they've got a corner guard, they've got a stone they could freeze.
Yeah, a chance to come around this corner, maybe get a tighter guard also as well would have been an option. Guard's kind of mid-length. Coming round the guard. So bait, kind of weight. Difficult to bury those into the guards quite, I'd say, mid-length.
Yeah, you really want the guards up where the logos are, just so it's easier to bury behind and harder for your opposition to chase.
Yeah.
It's pretty well guarded there. Can't see much of it. And I think this is one of these shots where you have to, if you don't make the shot, you make sure you take the guard.
Yeah, don't miss everything. Don't flick the shots down. You can afford to catch the guard. Well played.
Very well played. Rolls back to the centre. Great shot.
Hard just to see how Japan are going to generate this 2 now. More of a gamble. Put another guard on.
They could tap the yellow back and create a pocket, and Denmark may jam if they try to remove it and then give themselves a pocket to freeze. But they have still got this corner, so persevering with that. So going a bit deeper, so it's well buried. But with that guard being high, Alan, it's so hard to get round it perfectly.
Yeah, it's very difficult. I think potentially Denmark might elect to take off the guard now, of course, which would then allow Japan to come back with a potential double, I suppose.
Because Denmark have really got a cushion here. They can afford to give up a 2. There's still Peels with the hammer coming home. So they could really put the pressure onto Japan, put the guard up.
Yeah,
and
put the squeeze on here. And
have a wee team confab. They have got a coach that they can bring on if they want to call them on. Denmark have got a few options that they discussed. They can bring a third one in that kind of partly guards the shot stones. They could come round and freeze that red at the back to neutralise that, or they could peel the corner guard. But I like this call. I think put the more pressure on your opposition that you can and make them play the hard shots.
Yeah, definitely just put this one in. You could be, as they put the squeeze on here, Japan are going to have to work hard to take a 2 out of position where they're lying 2 against guarded. As I said, that don't give them an easy out either. He's not far off, is he? He's pretty close. Pretty good there.
Yep, certainly in the way. And it's hard there because you're kind of guarding 2 stones. So you want to be half and half. If I was Japan, I would try and take that yellow guard off and run it back and try and split a yellow out the 4 foot.
Yeah, use 1 stone to do 2 jobs. Start chasing this at tap back weight. You might not move enough yellows deep enough. Come to the other hand. I guess you could come through in the in turn onto the shot stone and go in under these yellows. It's not necessarily generating a 2 from there, is it? An easy one.
Right now for Japan, it's not an easy draw through those guards. Coming off the high one, you would catch the yellow if you had to play a draw to the button. So you really need to try and open things up and give yourself a chance to at least score 1 here.
Yeah, definitely have to score, don't you? Just give yourself a chance to steal down, I was going to say 10, but steal down 8.
Yeah, so they could come through that gap at a tap weight and lie 2nd and 3rd maybe. If they get a roll, they could lie 2 behind the corner. But then again, you've still got that issue with the yellow top 4 is guarded.
Yep, Denmark could easily make a play on that, make it better, or tap it up a little. So it looks like they are chasing the shot stone. Roll inside for 1, roll to the outside to line 2 and 3. Trying to hold the line here. This is curling. This one's curling. She doesn't have a big strike weight. So that's kind of closed off that hand a bit as well now. It's very difficult to come on the clockwise. Right-handers in turn. Advantage Denmark.
Yeah, because she could have been on the higher side there and rolled right over beside her other red. Just tight of line.
Yeah, we don't know if she's got a bigger strike weight than that. Certainly need to be a little bit firmer than that one. Seemed to catch the draw early. So SGOLDBECK has a chance just to replace the guard. The shot.
So weight looks good. How's the line? Pretty nice. Very well played.
Yep, just covered a little bit further to the left than the last one.
Could you come through centre line side just at a tap?
Chip off the top one.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
They wanted that just to curl an inch more.
Yeah, you can come through that gap right through the centre line there. See the stripes through the middle. If you can chip off the top one,
or go to the back one even.
I just roll like they said there, then it's a gamble that Denmark don't guard the shot stone, I guess. And you'd have to put a lot more running than the one I'm seeing on if you came through to the shot stone. Full strike weight.
Yeah, it's definitely there. But it's a key shot here for Japan. They need to get through this gap. They can't afford to catch the guard again.
A big shot in the match this for Hinako. Must get through this gap, must get one of these yellows away, surely.
Very well swept.
Really very well swept. Oh, did that just, in fact, just feather the yellow? Something funny with the handle seemed to happen. But they got it through and they held it for second and third on the corner of the forefoot now.
So that's a great result. So now Denmark have to be careful. You can see here, it's so close. You couldn't even have fitted a piece of paper between those two.
It's vaporised as it went past that yellow guard. Held it and kept it in place. And now we have the position where Denmark need to be careful because that one is still visible.
Because ideally you would want to bring a second one in if you're Denmark to lie too. But it's not an easy draw through that gap.
Can you swim around the yellow onto the Karl Aberdeen logo?
Or could you come round that high red on the barrier side and come and just sit on top of the red? That's back tee. They haven't been that far out in the sheet, but you can see there, if you come down the left-hand side of that left red guard and come down and you'll curl enough to the inside of the red that's back tee. But it is a part of the ice that's not really been played down.
Yeah. Okay, so I think suggest this is just ice for a guard potentially, so it's not enough to get around the yellow guard, so just putting another one into the hole.
Yeah, I mean if they can block the hole. There's not an easy shot for Japan to get to the shot. Because their own red guard is not really tap-uppable.
And some subtitles for tap-uppable.
Tap-uppable. But that's okay.
Yeah, gets into the zone, uses the yellow one to deflect into position.
Yeah, so that red is hard for Japan to use there. But it is there. And I think they just want to try and open this up here.
See, I would quite like to play this on the other hand and hit yellow into the red guard.
What if you catch the yellow really thin? Just glance it.
Mm-hmm.
Your shooter comes over, punches the red straight back to the shot stone.
That could be there. And that would be difficult one to call, that one, I think, because you're just hit.
But the red back is definitely there.
Yeah, I would think I would rather play the way I was thinking. If it was a yellow one to red and move them both out of the way, then you've got, I think, a chance on either hand. So one more good guard here by Denmark. Could close out this end. Put one in top four now. I don't see how Japan would score.
Yeah, because if they could come in to top 4 half round that red guard, you're half guarding the back yellow and blocking the drop. But also as well, you don't want to come too far in and leave a double.
Yeah, so top 4 cutting across to the right hand side is optimal, but if you come up anywhere short, it's also pretty good.
Absolutely. Yeah, you don't want to be too greedy at this stage.
No, you've got a 2-point buffer.
Yeah.
A 3-point lead down the last would be ample, you would expect. So Denmark just looking to plug the gap here. I think they've...
Oh, a wee nicking behind the red, look at that.
Just that blocks quite a lot of shots, that yellow. I don't think they can use that one to drive up, and as you say, Ronan, the red now doesn't have line of sight of the yellow, I think. Nope, it would go red to... It can't go red to button, and the yellow can't get to button, so they're going to have to play the one on the E of Aberdeen, I think. Or try and find a big curl
Do you not
round
think
outside.
there's a gap there between those yellow guards? If you come in at a hack weight?
No. No, I think at hack weight that you're going against the port, aren't you? Because it's more, that's an intern port rather than an outturn port. So you're having to come through this.
I would be tempted.
Maybe at full weight, but not a...
I'd be tempted to try and come through there.
Hack for 3, but that's tough.
Raising that red on the side, it's a tough angle.
Yeah, it's a tough call, that one as well, but that could also be for a 3. Or you come through the gap at a larger weight than hack and maybe just nick out for your 2.
Yeah, I think they've got to go for it at this stage. They're 2 down in the game. If they make this, they go 1 up playing the last end. Even not to keep the red in play, even if you just split the yellow out and roll out yourself, you're still getting 2. So definitely worth going for.
Yep. Can see that's not much ice, but corrected it from the hack now. So it's just about 45 degrees. Red will go to yellow on the button. Last stone of the 7th end, and it's a key one. So ICHITSUBO Shun, can he make an angled tap up, lift a Danish stone off the button and score himself? Calling out for a line now. So where's the contact point? It's inside it. Gave up on it early. So it's Denmark who steal the 7th. With 1 end to play, they will be 6 points to 3 up and very much in control. 3 unanswered points in a row by Denmark has given them the advantage coming home. 3 up, 6-3 they lead. A little bit of work to be done by Japan to get this one back in one go. Denmark taking no chances and have just elected to throw the first stone through.
Yep, so Japan, they need plenty cover out front now at this 8th end.
Yeah, their hitting accuracy just tailed off a little in the second half of this game. They were really good the first few ends. They actually control this game. Just hitting accuracy swapped round. Denmark were much more accurate. That's been the difference. Japan do get the tight corner in, which is what they really needed the last end. They didn't get that. This time they're perfect. Again, Denmark, I think, quite happy to keep it clean.
Yeah, they're putting this one over to the wing. They just need to be careful where they place these stones, because if they start peeling corner guards, they don't want their stones in the way to jam.
Yeah, so put this one the other side, which probably means they'll start clearing any guards on the out turn, pushing the stone down to the right hand corner. Japan might as well stick corner guards up, see what happens. We can develop something.
Yeah, because if Japan put the guard up now on that yellow, they could get into a bit of a pickle behind Denmark. But Japan changing their mind and now going the other way.
Looking for the longer guard this time, something just scraping over the hog line. Guys knew it was a little bit hot, didn't they, from the word go. It's going to come pretty close together.
Now that's a very tempting peel with that double sitting like that.
Yeah, if you get these two away and to create the angle, your yellow will go as well. That should be the game, I think.
But it's where they put this one, because it's still in the free guard zone. They can't hit yet.
Nope.
But it's tempting for the next one to go for that double. So they need to watch, because they don't want to, as I say, give them something that the Reds are going to jam on. Stones just now are an enemy to Denmark. So that's why they're just throwing this one through. They're 3 up. They don't need to score. They just need to eliminate Japanese counters.
Yeah, they can just defend. So Japan will come round this double corner. Denmark would like to get rid of them both and the shooter in one go, and then everything's just single takeouts.
So line's looking good. How's the weight?
Yeah, holds it in there.
Yeah, so Denmark just need to play the peeling game. Both these Reds can go.
Both Reds can go, and if you get your shooter just rolling over further towards the barrier and out the way as well, that's job done. Moving this one for line.
Not the perfect result. It's left a guard that Japan can use.
looking to come in to the middle, which is not the normal way, but they just want to try and line two, I think. Just played the shot round the out-turn guard. I quite fancied seeing him doing that again. Back 8, they shout.
And just hangs on.
So it's been playing, counting. Not very threatening yet, but Denmark don't make one of their double takeouts.
Going sweeping on early. Oh, great shot. Not maybe the one that they wanted to move, but they'll take it. Plan B.
Yeah, I think that was that's a body blow for Japan. I don't think that was what they called really from the over curled and managed to take out the back one, so he did manage a double. But relying on coming around the single guard now.
Yeah, the bad news for Japan is you're coming around a yellow guard. So even if you're perfectly buried, Denmark can run it straight back. But Japan just have to keep piling them in and try and force that error out of Denmark.
Yeah, GOLDBECK got a little bit lucky with that one, so they maybe get another chance here.
Oh dear, short not ideal. Why would you not just hit the open red here?
Yeah, safety first really. Changed things too much. Almost gave Japan a gift of taking out your own yellow.
Yeah, so now Japan have got can get 2 counters in the house with 2 stones still to come. Whereas if they'd hit that red, Japan only had 3 to come and need them all to count to peel the game.
Yeah, I think sometimes you get fixated on taking off guards, and sometimes you just have to do the bit of mathematics.
Maths wasn't my strong point at school, but I could work out if I'm 3 up. Eliminate the opposition stones.
Japan have won more games than they've lost. I just don't think that we've maybe seen the best of HASE Hinako today. I think that's maybe been the difference. Earlier on in the week she was maybe shooting a little better than this. She's got a draw weight this one, but it's not got the curl. That's open over iced. So Japan really running out of stones now.
Yeah, so if they had paid the hit with the last one, Denmark, then removing this one, they would just win the game. Whereas now, you need to play the hit here.
Yeah, it's just one. It just delayed it 1 stone, hasn't it? Really, but it could have been a bit more trouble if this one had been buried, for example. Then it would have been a little harder. So.
Yeah, good result.
That's a great position now, isn't it? Because
not easy to remove that, and it is short stone.
Hard for Japan to move that. Maybe just coming up. Should play the hit and roll now off the winger. Leave yourself the big cross-house double to win the match. Tie the match. They're just coming round the centre guard. ICHITSUBO. Shun just looking to come around the centre guard. Trying to ask one more question of Denmark. Well, that's pretty good.
Yellow still lie.
Yellow still lie, which I think the yellows are always going to be the problem, no matter where that one went. But didn't want to come too deep, just in case he had to play that long cross-house double. His red one might have got in the way. So here's the question: do Denmark need to play a shot here?
Could guard the yellow.
Well, exactly. If they're lying one, we think it's difficult to remove and lie 3 shots. So,
but it is there. That shot is there for Japan to lie 3.
Yeah. So top 12 here.
So bring another counter in.
I don't think you want to give everything that you can come off the yellow and that lies shot. Leave that one alone.
Could hit and roll off your own one. You've got to watch that you don't put it in a place where there's an easier double off that side yellow.
Yeah, so they're talking about getting somewhere around about the 1 foot, and I don't think they need to do that.
No.
Because the angle...
The angle's perfect for Japan to lift the 2.
Yeah, you want the yellow that's lying shot, they want to try and go out.
And they've called a timeout. Dylan PERRAS says, come on.
He's from the Danish part of Aberdeen.
So, looked at a few options. They have to leave the hardest shot possible for Japan. So you've got to weigh up what shots do Japan have right now to score 3.
Yep.
So the key for Denmark, if they can bring this in to between that red and yellow, if they could bring it in just to the edge of the 4 foot and lie 2.
I think the key is getting that second one in. And if you can keep it higher than the one that's currently lying shot stone as well, or certainly level with.
Certainly don't want to be back tee and leave the thin double. This is curling though. Can they hold the line? Oh no.
So it's caught the yellow guard. Now,
can they guard the yellow though?
The guard doesn't cover the yellow, so this does leave the little backline weight push out for 3. I think I preferred your call, Rona. Just draw to the same side, get in the way. Just any kind of obstacle. You could afford to be right up to the yellow. You could be short of the yellow, but you just couldn't leave the yellow visible. Anyway, this looks.
But I go back to Liam's shot. If they had played the hit, Japan couldn't score 3.
Yep.
Or they were always going to have an open hit.
So Japan do have a chance. The yellow on the right hand side can be pushed out 45 degrees across the face of the red stone. And the running stone should stop before. This looks quite a lot of ice though.
Yes, you only have to move it out into the 12 foot, so you don't have to move it far. So maybe just playing a back 8 weight. But it's hard playing that weight coming off the centre guard.
Yeah, coming across the face of the short yellow there to get it inside.
You'd want to play it with enough running to hold the line.
Yeah, so backline weight. The last stone off the 8th end. HASEGAWA Shun has a chance to square the game up. Take us down a 9th end. Has to come move a yellow stone and hold the runner. It's getting close, Rona. It's getting close. Got the angle right. I think he's played it.
Great shot.
It's definitely 2 now.
I think it's enough.
I think it's 3.
It was a great weight to play.
Yeah, perfect shot. It just when that stone got to the tee line, I think the super might have got 1 brush stroke in, but we think it might be enough. Both yellows look quite similar, but the red just looks that little bit better. Is it a 3? What a shot. What a shot, but what a mistake by Denmark.
It really was. Denmark had the game won in that end.
So after 8 ends, I beg your pardon, it's 6 all, and we will go into extra time. A 9th end coming. Don't go anywhere. A rather surprising 9th end has just started in this matchup between Denmark and Japan. We thought the game was finished as Denmark were 3 up. However,
a really fantastic shot.
It was a beautiful shot. It had to be so precise, but shouldn't really have been left with the chance, we feel. However, we've got extra time. It will be Japan who lead us off, and Denmark will have the hammer, but they must be a little bit sick right now, thinking they had the game won and having to go into this extra end.
So a great first stone from Japan. It's touching the centre line, which means that it's in the free guard zone and it can't be ticked because it is touching the centre. So this is a key shot for Denmark. Christian at the last end got to throw his through, but this one has to be top of the button and round that centre guard. Can't afford to be back tee.
Just forward tee. So pretty good. Pretty good. Would have maybe just liked it a little bit further forward, but certainly very good there. So Japan managed to get the long guard and play the top in the ring. One envision is quite close to the hog line, so they can get another one round there.
Yeah, ideally want to get right round it so they're touching the centre line as well, and it means Denmark can't play the tick on it. This is looking nice. Is it going to stop in time? Oh, very nice.
Wow, that's really two very good lead stones there. Absolutely perfect. Japan a little buoyed by whatever happened the last end. Come out, just turning the screw.
Yeah, right now the momentum's with Japan after that last end. But Denmark just have to focus. They've got last stone. They only need to score one. So Christian just wanting to bring another one in to ideally be on top of his last one.
Yeah, if you can just lock this one on in a straight line, I think that would be perfect. It's going to bunch that a little wide.
So it does give a pocket now there for Japan. We're going to see them come in and freeze that.
You can come in and just freeze this. It's going to take 3 stones to probably move it off the freeze.
But they know that Denmark are going to start peeling guards. So they want this freeze to be perfect. Even a tap on the stone's not a bad result.
Yeah, I think at some point they're going to have to move it because the Danish stones are just on the T-line, so they're going to have to move it eventually.
Just caught the top guard.
Caught the guard, so wasted opportunity.
Yeah, so Denmark need to try and ideally clear both these red guards with this one, but at least take one of them.
Yeah, chance here to maybe lift both, get your shoot away, and ironically move one of your own ones off the button. This one's going to curl though. It's just a single peel.
Yep, that's okay.
So back in the pocket, I think, is the best call, or would you put another guard out?
No, I think right now they want to come in and play that perfect freeze.
Yeah, I think so. They've got to move 2 yellow stones, don't they, to get your one on counting, so I wouldn't waste a guard necessarily.
So even if they can tap one yellow back and lie second shot just now, it's all about setting up for the last stone of the end. Let's try and get the angles in your favour.
Here comes the curl now. Has he got enough curl? Oh dear. A little heavy, a little clumsy. It's getting easier and easier for Denmark as we go through this end. Can afford just to play a single peel on this one because Japan still won't lie shot after the next one.
SCHACK was tight with her first peel. Oh well, comes across the face again, does the job. No guards for Japan to work with at all.
All those usual guards have gone. I think, would you attempt to put another guard back though?
You could just play a slight tap just now. Push the yellow back as backing and just sit there, make it difficult for Denmark to remove it.
So tap the left hand one over to deep left and roll in front of the shot stone. Or just put a little basket of 2 right behind the T-line if they can.
Yeah, ideally, yes, that one there, if you could just tap that, as you say, Alan, and just flop in front of the other one. The double's there for Japan, but that doesn't help them right now to play that hit. need to play the delicate tap or the guard. Yeah, so they're having quite a discussion here. Front end want to play the guard. You just have to give themselves something to work with at the end of the end.
Yeah, feels like it's a guard that's coming down, not coming against these two yellows. Assumption that Denmark just peel this one out. I just don't think the yellows are really very easy to move in one go. You know, if you do, you move them quite far apart.
Yeah, you can move both yellows, but then your shooter's going to be wide open for Denmark, so they need to move that at some point.
Yeah,
soon.
I think I would attempt to, even if you didn't move them, but just rested against them, and get Denmark to do some of your work for you of opening up the back of the 1 foot. Got to come in now. It's going to sound like I'm the coach there.
Yeah, you really just need to play back 4, back 8, tap that yellow there, and flop in front of the other one.
So, conversation is finished. Looks like they're coming in to bump these yellows around just a little bit.
Yeah, they just want to create some backing and also make it difficult for Denmark to remove it. Because then if Denmark suddenly jam and leave Japan lying shot, then all of a sudden Japan guard and Denmark are in trouble.
Probably looking for something just over T-line weight. Back 4, just push some of these yellows around. Even if they take the one on the left off straight and move it off straight.
Yeah, just wasn't a great line.
Just not really taking advantage of these two stones that were frozen together that felt they were going to be Japan's friend, but they really haven't been able to use them, or haven't used them well.
Yeah, so now if Denmark can hit this red on the brush side and just sit there, it's going to be very hard for Japan.
Yeah, they're going to be the ones having to hit. Very good. So advantage Denmark now. Let's move on to skip stones. It's extra end.
Yeah, so with the first one here, it's the first one of the 4 stone throwers' stones. They need to move something back.
Yeah, so the one
Play the tap.
So the one at the top of the rings there, top of the 1 foot, move that over to the right hand side and make another basket.
Yeah, so they want to move it, but catch the one that's on the button.
Yep.
So it goes over to the left, and then you've got options with your next one.
Yeah, just split them apart, splay them apart, and hopefully they've got a red up front, or the next red is still usable either. Possibly. That's looking quite good. It's not an easy shot, mind you, when you see it like that.
You need to play kind of a back 8 weight at least, so that you're tapping them both.
Well, it's not disastrous. It's moved one out of the way, kept one right in line. Pressure on Denmark to call this one correctly. Do they just guard up? Guard up, or just peel the front one off, just head the front one all the way and take the yellow one with it almost. Open up the zone. Looks like she's played the hit, or playing the hit.
Yeah, so you can peel that off. Then Japan are going to hit and lie 3, but Denmark would have an open hit or a draw to win. But you have to remove this one.
Just nick this one off the top. Leave the yellow one sitting there. Use the red one on the right as a catcher. It's just tight, so let this one go. So where's it going to go to?
Oh dear.
Well, the 4 foot is much more open.
Yeah, it was just tight all the way. The supers couldn't hold the line there. How confident is she right now with her draw weight? Because that's what you've got to be thinking.
That's what she's thinking.
Regardless where Japan put this,
yeah, I think
it's likely you're going to be drawing.
She can put, if they can put this one top 4, less than top 4, because then she might be tempted to hit.
Yeah, you don't want to leave a nose hit.
Not with all those catchers anyway, because it doesn't even need to be nose. You've got a lot of catchers on the other side that'll be your friends. So I think the same side of the centre tape as those other reds, maybe, but lying shot.
I would put it on the centre line, just deterring when, if Denmark draw the button, they've got to go a bit wider.
Yep, remember this is the 9th end, so we've not been this far in many games, so we don't know really what the ice might do. This looks a little thin for line.
So yeah, if this just finishes centre line, kind of 8 foot. Sweeper's working this hard.
Maybe he's done that on purpose, just to make Karolina think that the likes is a little slower, Rona.
Slower.
That's good tactics, I like that.
Do you? I don't think it was intentional.
I like that, just the double bluff.
She's going for the draw.
Yeah, I think she has to. There's quite a lot of room.
Yes, there is plenty space. Just having a look at the hit though.
Oh, please don't hit the hit. Hit might give us the option of a 10th end.
No, she'd be hitting that back one on the nose. She wouldn't be taking a triple. So, skips. Dream shot.
This is what they're...
Just draw the 4 foot.
This is what they are paid the big bucks for. You told me, Rona. So last stone off the 9th end. Karolina Jensen has to hit the 4 foot for the win. Facing 3, but that's kind of irrelevant. Just needs to hit the 4 foot.
She played the draw down this path 2 ends ago and it came up short.
Yeah, but
this is looking good.
Supers are not giving up on this one. They think they've got this judged perfectly. guiding it perfectly into the 1 foot. Beautiful draw by Karolina Jensen. Whew, Denmark win in the 9th. Well played to them. Commiserations to Japan. That is ironically Japan who will move into the playoff zone. We might see more of them later in the championship, but for now it's Denmark who have this win. Yep, took us to the 9th end to get a winner, but it was Denmark with the vital hammer down 9 who, with a nice draw to the 1 foot, secured the win 7 points to 6. Of course, all matches are now complete, so we can run through those. And so it's Puerto Rico 1. India 16, Switzerland 12, Germany 5, Poland 7, Ireland 5, Japan 6, Denmark 7, Nigeria 2, Italy 12, and Romania 2, Hong Kong, China 6. In Group D, which is the one we were covering, you can see Norway, Japan, Netherlands will all qualify. Denmark jumped to 3-3 and might be in a waiting zone to see what happens with other groups. Austria, with a game to play, are 2-3. Estonia finished 2-4, and Slovakia finished 0-6. Well, I hope you enjoyed the first commentated game of this year's Mixed World Curling Championships. Went all the distance, which means that we have not got a long gap until we're back on 4 o'clock for more live curling. Thank you and goodbye.